Pleasures that arise from contact with different objects, though appearing enjoyable to worldly-minded people, are actually a source of misery.
No, they're not. What the hell are you talking about? Has this guy ever had an orgasm? The pleasures that arise from contact with different objects, though appearing enjoyable to worldly minded people, are actually a source of misery. Holy crap. Where is this? Is this in the Gita? Guys, I'm telling you, this is how you know Hinduism is dangerous. It's telling you the things that bring you joy is actually bringing you misery. Guys, this is how these ancient religions make you waste the only source of happiness that you have in this one life that you get. Okay, this is danger. Again, I keep having to tell you, you don't have to tell people to go boom boom for your religion to be dangerous. You have to be able to tell them that all the things that is actually bringing joy in their lives, it's wrong. It just looks like you're making you happy. It's actually making you sad. So they go, guys, we can only get one shot of life. We got all of us here. We're so freaking extremely lucky that we managed to be alive. You know what the odds of that specific sperm reaching that specific egg at that specific moment was? You have won like a gazillion, literally gazillion lotteries at the same time, right? And you got so freaking lucky, and you're gonna be like, you have one shot, you have a tiny window, you have a small shot at happiness, and that's it. And then you lose that opportunity. And this small little opportunity that you have, these people are telling you to go waste it. If you know actually how lucky you are to be alive, every single minute of this will be like it will be a blessing. You'll be like, oh my God. I need to enjoy this life as much as I can possibly can. And these idiots are telling you that the things that are actually bringing you joy, the actual sources of joy, is actually bringing you misery. They're making you waste the only thing that is worth living for. God damn it, man. God damn it, these ideas are dangerous. These ideas are dangerous. Oh my God.
O Arjuna, such pleasures have a beginning and an end, and so the wise do not delight in them.
The wise do not delight in them. O Arjuna, such pleasures have a beginning and an end, and so the wise do not delight in them. So just be goddamn miserable because you can't be happy forever. Look at this. Is this really wise? How is this wise? Because the pleasures have an end, you do not delight in them. So you're just going to be miserable all the time because you can't just continue. So you could enjoy sex, food, you could enjoy charity, you could enjoy the company of a good friend, you could enjoy an intellectual discussion, you could enjoy the smell of a flower, a hot shower, but no, because they all end. So who gives a crap? So do none of them, guys. Have these people ever watched a movie? When you're watching a movie, okay, when you start, like, let's say you were a movie that was coming out and you were excited to see it, okay? You were waiting for this movie to come out, and now that it comes out. Don't watch it. Don't watch that movie that you were so excited to see, because you know what happens if you watch that movie? It will end. The movie will end. And if you're not wise enough to understand that you shouldn't be watching it, then spend the entire time watching the movie instead of enjoying it. Think about the fact that this movie is going to end at some point, and how horrible it's going to be that it's going to end and you're not going to be able to enjoy it after. Just waste 2-hour movie. Just waste the entire 2 hours instead of enjoying every single second of it. Just think about the fact that this movie is going to end, and waste that entire 2 hours reflecting on the fact that the enjoyment will end at some point. Just ruin your entire life like that. Do that with everything. Right when you're having sex, right when you're about to come, instead of thinking about, oh my God, this is such an amazing feeling, just ruin it. Just be like, this will end. in just a few minutes, this whole experience is going to end, and I'm not going to be coming. I'm not going to be coming. So this seems like an enjoyable. This seems like an amazing time that I'm having, but I'm not. I need to be miserable right now, because 5 minutes from now, I'm not going to be having sex. Right? Just think about that right when you're coming. Right when you're coming, think about that and ruin the entire thing. Because the wise do not delight in simple pleasures. If you just like, if somebody gives you a food, right? If you go to Diwali and you pick up, like, you taste some of the food and the sweets there, and if you're enjoying it, you're not wise. As soon as that food, the delicious food, hits your tongue, and you're like, oof, this tastes amazing. Just no! Snap out of it. Cut it out. Cut it out. That amazing taste, it will end. The wise do not delight in pleasure, because it will end. This is what Hinduism is teaching you. This is what Hinduism is teaching you. This is how such obviously moronic, insane ideas are being sold to over 1 billion people as wisdom. Amazing. Amazing. Oh my God. Qasim saying this is the Hindu version of Makaram Shirazi. I don't know who that is. Makaram Shirazi. No, but this is Islam as a whole, yeah. This is very much like Islam. No, guys, you're saying he wants to Islamize Hinduism. He doesn't want to Islamize Hinduism. Look at the verse. It's already horrible. It's ancient. It's been ancient. It's not becoming bad. It was bad from the beginning. This is in the Gita. This is in the Gita. This is in the Gita. Anyways, let's continue.
The great career that we are so desperate to get, the relationship that seems to define our whole life, the fame and praise that is...
What? Really? Hold on, look at this. Hold on, look at this. Look at all the pleasures that we need to ignore.
Do not delight in them. The great career that we are so desperate to get.
Yeah, it doesn't matter, guys. If you manage to get the career that you want, it's just useless.
The relationship that seems to define our whole life.
Look how they're changing, how he's changing what he said, okay? Because if you look at the verse, we shouldn't be enjoying any of these, whether it defines our whole life as not. Because look how sneaky this guy is being, okay? Because if you wanted to be true to Hinduism based on what he just said, you shouldn't be enjoying your relationship, whether it defines your whole life or not. But he knows that if he comes out as anti-love, his religion is going to look so evil, right? And disgusting. So instead of saying the relationship that you're enjoying, because you're like, oh, the relationship you're enjoying, that will end too. So stop enjoying that. People are like, wait, so you're against love? You're like, you think like people being in love shouldn't be enjoying the love together? So no, he can't say that, because that's obviously evil. That's obviously disgusting. But that's what Hinduism stands for, right? So he has to twist it a little bit. He has to say the relationship that seems to define our whole life. Because if you're not thinking for half a second, then you're like, yeah, of course, maybe a relationship that defines our whole life. But yeah, that's not good. That's not good. Like we shouldn't be obsessed about anything, right? Like, yeah. But that's not what he said. You shouldn't be enjoying your relationship at all. Like love, like friendship, everything goes out the window. What if you go and save, I don't know, build a goddamn school for children and help them get educated? Should you be able to enjoy that? Like, no, like oh my God. You guys are anti-joy. You guys are anti-fun. You guys are anti-happiness. You want to make everyone's lives miserable, and you are being sneaky about it. Like, you shouldn't have said the relationship that seems to define our whole life. You should have said any form of relationship, all love. It's all bad, because this here applies to everything that is fun, every single joy that ends. Wise men do not delight in them, not just the ones that just occupy, not just this. Look, look at this, putting a picture of a white man that looks so arrogant, right? Like they're trying to look at the framing of everything, right? They were trying to. These are people who are anti-Westerner as well. They see these Western tradition and Western mindset as these people that think they're superior, and they have an inferiority complex. So they know by putting this picture of a white man looking so confident, they're triggering this inferiority complex and this anger about, oh, look at these people think they're so high and mighty. They don't understand, because we understand Hinduism, and we know that the things that they're enjoying is not going to last forever. We have evolved beyond that kind of simplistic mindset, and this is a way for you to feel superior, because you are so behind when it comes to the rest of the civilized world. You have to find a different way, a spiritual way, because in the real world you're behind. So how you can make it seem like you're ahead? By acting like you're ahead in the spiritual world. In La La Land, hey, you guys are ahead of us in the material world, in the real world. But guess what? In my imagination land, we're way ahead of you. So hey, who's like, your arrogance is not justified. We are superior in La La Land. Katie saying Hinduism is anti-fun. It is just the secularization of the festivals that made them fun. The actual worship during the festivals is not fun at all. Yes, that's why we need to secularize religions more. Islam is anti-fun too. Yes, of course. Christianity, yes. Islam is the most anti-fun. Islam is the most anti-fun religion, of course. All right, let's continue.
So desperate to get, the relationship that seems to define our whole life, the fame and praise that is so addictive, will all pass.
If you see, like, they don't, to make their case, they have to come up with the pleasures that people associate with pleasures that are not worth pursuing, right? Like the demonized pleasure, right? What about, this is like, from all the pleasures that are ending, what about the pleasures that, what about the pleasure of reading a bedtime story to your child? And looking at your child, being so curious about what's on the next page. I want to know. And then you're reading it, and then you get to the last page, and she claps, and she's so happy. And then you close the book, and she's now tired, and you kiss her on the forehead, and then you tuck her in, and you turn the lights off, and you go, and you watch her fall asleep. What about that pleasure, huh? What happened? Is that a source of misery because it ends? You goddamn moron. You have to come up with examples like this because it's already demonized sources of pleasures to be able to make your point. And also subscribe to our newsletter, because if we get removed from all these platforms, at least we could reach out to you. And guys, by the way, if you subscribe to our newsletter, you get a free copy. Where's your copy, Susanna? Get it. We're doing promotion. You get a free. It's not even promotion. It's free. Okay, so if you subscribe to our newsletter, link in the description, you get a free copy of Why There's No God. Come on, like, I'm handing it out for free. Okay, it's a bestseller on Amazon, and you get it for free. So subscribe to our newsletter, and you get a free copy of Why There's No God sent to you. Link in the description.